Have you been trying to improve at ranked? Are you looking for operators that can give you an edge over your opponents? Well, you've come to the right place. If you start playing the operators I mentioned in this video, I guarantee you'll start winning more rounds. So here is my list of the 8 best defenders in Rainbow Six Siege. Starting out in the number 8 spot, we have Wamai. Me personally, I think after Wamai got his 1.5 on the MP5K, he is easily one of the best defenders in the game. Yes, and I mean better than Jaeger. His gadget can help you deal with attacker utility, his guns are insanely good, and he has impact grenades. The only thing that is against Wamai is the fact that he has to stay alive to get maximum value. But if you play him in a power position, this really won't matter. He also has the added benefit of being able to counter more operators than Jaeger. Being the only operator in the game to counter Capitao is definitely something to take note of. Realistically, Wamai is just Jaeger with a way better gun and a more interactive and arguably better gadget. Moving to the number 7 spot, we have Khaid. Since breaching reinforced walls is one of the most important things for the attackers to deal with, obviously an anti-breach operator has to be on this list. That for me is Khaid. He is the definition of versatile. You can pick him on quite literally any site and he'll be useful in some capacity. His electric claws can be used to electrify hatches, and they have such a wide radius that they can be used to deal with 3 walls at once. Also, he brings the TCSG, which is a decent shotgun for making rotates and head holes, and since it's a slug shotgun, it also has stupid range. So this makes it actually viable for using as a primary weapon. In addition to everything I have already said, Khaid also has a nitro cell at his disposal, one of the best secondary gadgets in the game. He honestly doesn't have any holes in his kit. The only downside to Khaid is that his automatic primary weapon isn't very good, and his other primary, the TCSG, takes a lot of skill to be good with. But honestly, with a little practice, you can get good with it, and the time commitment is definitely worth it, because with it dealing so much damage, you'll be shredding attackers with ease. Anyways, next up in the 6th spot, we have Valkyrie. Valk is one of those operators I'm sure you were all expecting to make it in this list somewhere, and that's for good reason. She brings throwable cameras to the defense as her gadget. This is obviously strong in and of itself because of how vital intel is in Siege. But on top of that, she has a nitro cell that can be used to kill people through the floor with the intel her cameras provide. However, the one downside to Valk that holds her back from being number 1 is her primary weapon, the MPX. This thing's damage is absolutely awful, and its fire rate is moderate at best. And without any magnification sights like what's available on Warden, it makes it hard for me to say that her gun is good. Don't get me wrong, the low recoil makes her gun decent because it allows you to easily hit headshots. However, it's still one of the worst SMGs statistically in the game. But since her gadget is so strong, it is able to carry her right here to the 6th spot. After Valk, we have Mute in the 5th spot. Mute is just an extremely well-rounded operator. He has the shotgun SMG-11 combo that I've talked so much about throughout my videos, which allows him to be a demon for the site setup and to be one of the strongest operators in close range engagements. On top of that, he gets his mute jams, which easily shuts down drone work from the attackers. They also have the added benefit of being able to sub in as Walden, but that is a much more niche and inconsistent use case for them. I think by far Mute is at his strongest when used to deny drones, because as I've said before in previous videos, droning is extremely important when attacking. And being able to slow that down in any way can be the difference between winning or losing a round. This can be done by setting up his jams around the entrances to the bomb site to shut down their site intel gathering, or you can place his jams around the map to help roamers. Which one you choose is up to you, but either one will most definitely result in you wasting a lot of the attacker's time. At the end of the day in Siege, intel is one of your most important aspects. Whatever team is able to gather more info throughout the round will find themselves with a huge advantage over the other team. If you look at Siege through that lens, you'll begin to realize how strong Mute is. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we have Warden. Warden is an operator that has only really been exploding in popularity over the past couple of seasons, as you can see by his pick rate chart right here. But it isn't for no reason. He has the choice between the deployable shield, which is rare nowadays, or a nitro cell. He has the 1.5 on the MPX, and he has his patented glasses that allow him to just ignore flashbangs and smoke entirely. He is quite literally the perfect operator for aggressive plays, and that is why he belongs on this list. There is a reason every content creator and their mom is a Warden main right now. He can roam literally anywhere with his 2-speed rating and nitro cell, or he can anchor down in the bomb site behind his shield, both of which are extremely viable. There's just so many options in the way you can play Warden, and all of them are strong. Some of you may think that I've put Warden a little too high, but with the attackers being more aggressive than ever, Warden is honestly a great operator. His glasses and gun can easily punish this style of play. Next up in the number 3 spot, we have an operator you're likely all expecting to see. That is Solace. Solace is by far the best roamer in the game, and that is entirely down to her gadget. Her gadget allows her to get intel on where the attackers are droning and where they are using their electronic gadgets. This allows Solace to know where the attackers are coming from with the click of a button, and allows her to pull off some extremely stupid runouts. But she wouldn't be complete without a good loadout, and luckily for her, she has just that. The P90, her primary SMG, is a high fire rate, low recoil machine, and the SMG-11 she keeps on her side ensures that if an engagement goes south, she still has a weapon to fall back on. Then her impact grenades make her an even better operator at roaming because she can use them to get out of a pinch. But another strong aspect of her that I have yet to mention is her ability to see the diffuser with her gadget. This means that she can act like a makeshift pulse if need be. This strategy is a little less consistent since Solace has no nitrocell, but it's still an option nonetheless. Moving on to our second place, we have Fenrir. A couple of weeks ago, I would have called myself insane for putting him this high, but the more I play with and against him, the more I realize how strong he truly is. Fenrir has the capability to bring the attacker's push to a screeching halt with his gadget. This is because of the fear-inducing gas his traps emit. This smoke blinds any attackers in the radius, and because of this, his traps are very scary. And if you place them properly, you can force the attackers into having to waste utility to get rid of them. Because if the attackers try to shoot your dread mines, you or one of your teammates will swing them, which his high fire rate, good damage MP7 allows you to secure pretty much any kill you have to. Also, his barbed wire meshes extremely well with his gadget, and the secondary shotgun he has at his disposal allows him to set up the bomb site like a champ. Fenrir is one of the few defenders that I feel has no holes in his kit at all, and he also has the benefit of being useful on damn near every map. One of my favorites being Chalet due to all the amazing places to hide his dread mines in the ceiling. And he also has the benefit of being useful on damn near every map. So you really can't mess up when picking Fenrir. Now finally, in the number 1 spot, we obviously have Azami. Most of you were expecting this from the get-go, but it's true. Azami just brings way too much to the defense to not give her this spot. Her Kibas allows her to make extremely strong angles for the defense or to cut off the attacker's line of sight, and the only way the attackers can deal with them safely is to use explosives. Obviously this is strong because not only will her Kibas give defenders the upper hands in a gunfight, but they will also waste the utility of the attackers for them to get rid of them. Also, her loadout is no joke either. The VSN is an extremely good SMG with moderate recoil, decent damage, and a solid fire rate. Also, her deagle can help her set up the bomb site a little bit by making footholes or head holes. And it's just a really good secondary weapon with high damage. And then finally, her impacts are strong to make the rotate. There really isn't a single hole in her loadout, and she has the added benefit of being extremely fun. There's just so many ways to outsmart your opponents using her gadget that it makes her an extremely satisfying operator to play. Anyways, that wraps up today's video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this list in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your opinion. If you enjoyed today's video, I make Siege content just like this twice a week, so go subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter if you don't want to miss the next upload. If you want to watch another video just like this one, a video will be popping up on your screen right now where I talk about the best attackers in Rainbow Six Siege. I'll see you next time, friends, and peace.